Hello, Impact Channel. I'm Chen from Orphaned Land. Enjoy whatever you're watching right now.
Greetings everyone, we are here with Chen Balbus from Orphaned Land. Welcome to Hungary.
Thank you for having me. That's nice.
How is the tour so far?
So far, so good. Lots of sold out shows. People love the new album. Can't complain now.
Very cool. And do you have any special warm-up technique before the show? Any ritual maybe?
Yeah, sleeping like 5 minutes and then I just pump up and turn out all good as new.
And what are the most essential things that you bring with yourself on tour?
I would say these days with the modern technology, 2 phones, because honestly I don't need much besides that. The rest I just enjoy my day, enjoy the city, walk around, have my guitar with me sometimes, and have my phone in case someone calls me. That's pretty much it.
Did you have a chance to look around in Budapest?
This day, not really, because we're quite flooded with the interviews today. But I was walking around last time when we played here, so luckily I got my bit of Hungary.
Do you have any funny tour story to share with us?
And the last interview I did here in Hungary, I choked.
You did what? Choked?
I just choked on the interview.
Did you serve the microphone?
No, they just gave us, okay, there's water for you guys. I went, oh, thank you. I drank it and suddenly I just started choking on the interview. And it was, I don't know if, till this day, I don't know if they cut that part or not, but if it's on YouTube, go look for it, it's funny.
And are you happy with your reactions for the new album, Unsung Prophets and Dead Messiahs?
So far, I can tell, wow, like, I expected that we'll make a good album. But the reactions are, you made your best album. That's so fulfilling. Like, you aimed for really high places and hope for the best because the fans were very dedicated to the previous lineup and the previous albums. And it's always like that. No, you can never top Mabul, you can never top Warrior, you're better at Sahara. We're like, okay, that's gonna be a tough crowd. And hell yeah, we did it. We topped it apparently. People love it.
Is there any modern day prophet who you respect a lot? Philosopher, politician, activist or whoever?
Someone who is alive.
And prophet-like, I would say.
I didn't notice anyone, like, sadly. I've been trying to find the right person with the right attitude. Especially from the guys who's trying to lead most of all, aiming for the politics, and there is no one. It's like no one. Like there was a former prime minister and the president of Israel who recently passed away, Shimon Peres. When he died, I just literally said he did also bad stuff in his life, but he's the last of the generations who cared about the country, the people. And it seems like everyone now only cares about their inner goals pretty much all the time. So I don't see lots of prophets these days at all.
Alright, so let's talk about your influences. Who inspired you to play music?
Slash. Straightforward, I'm wearing my Axel t-shirt right here. Used to be Axel. I remember I was always into music. My dad and my family, there was always like vinyls playing around the house, like cassettes at the time. And at some point, like when I was 10 and I raised my awareness, I just came to my friend's house and I heard this brother playing the guitar. I was like, what the hell are those sounds? I just entered this room and he left the house and I just saw the poster of Slash, picked up the guitar, accidentally broke 2 strings and ran away from his house, never came back there again. And that's pretty much, it introduced me to Guns N' Roses, one of the first bands. I wanted to be that guy who rocks with the hat and the Gibson guitar. and since then it's like history. I just started to get into rock music more and more.
What was the first album you bought?
My first album that I bought, it was actually an Orphaned Land album.
Really?
Yeah, the Mabul album. Because Orphaned Land knows me before I was born. I'm 25 today. Yeah, a year younger than the band. And I remember Kobe and my brother are childhood friends, and we used to hang out a lot. So Kobe knows me like since then. And I always got into Orphaned Land. It seemed really cool to me. And I was like, okay, I want to buy a CD, and they got me good. And it's my all-time favorite album till this day. So imagine like how it is to me to be in the band that I pretty much grew up on. It's incredibly weird, but it's fulfilling.
Yeah. I also played the entire album a few years ago. Like
Yeah,
4 years ago, I think.
God, that
Yeah.
was one of my favorite tours. Like,
I was there.
yeah, I mean the guys were like, yeah, we played it a lot, and they are already tired. And I'm like, yeah, let's play all of the album like as much as we can, because I'm a fan of the music still. It's amazing. Like, we did all this one, we did Unsung Prophets and then Messiahs, and I'm like, I want to play more books still.
What was the first concert as a fan and as a musician?
As a fan, was actually also an Orphaned Land concert.
What a surprise.
Yeah. I remember I was going with my mom and my brother. It was they call it the Bar Mitzvah show. It was 13 years to Orphaned Land in the Shuni Fortress in Israel, which we're gonna play in a month. So my brother was featured on that show, and I remember seeing him as a little kid, and I was like, oh my God, they're shouting. What is that noise? And then I started getting into it slowly.
And the first show as a musician?
As a musician, I was 16, and I was in school. I was studying music in school as well. So there was like the school play.
Orphaned Land songs?
Yeah, I played the Beloved's Cry. It's on YouTube somewhere. You can see me. I'm 16. I don't have any hair, and I don't even have a beard. And that's the song, the first song I ever played live. I was shaking my ass off, but it was fun, good experience.
What was your first instrument?
Piano. I was like, my parents wanted me to learn an instrument, so piano was the first choice. I never really got into it, and then I just switched to guitar after the Slash incident.
Was it a Les Paul?
My first guitar? No, it was a cheap something I found on the market. I couldn't afford it, so my parents couldn't either, so they just bought me some cheap guitar, which I probably keep somewhere in my basement.
And what was the first song you ever learned?
Dream Theater.
Not bad.
Yeah,
For the first one?
I remember it was Dream Theater. I mean, which I really I learned like lots of songs like Green Day and stuff. But the song that really I felt that made me an actual guitar player was Dream Theater, Call Me Under. Wow, I spent lots of time on that song. The Green Day ones went perfect. I learned it by a day.
So,
Yeah.
and what were you like as a kid?
As a kid, what did I like? Pretty much the same stuff I like today. I would say that.
Sorry, I mean your personality. What were you personally like as a kid?
Honestly, the same. Like now that I'm 25 and I'm still saying that, even I believe that when I'll be 40, I'll still be the same, because I'm a guy that just likes the most simple things, like hanging out with friends, my video games, my alone in my place. I was always like that, so I guess it never really changed. I was always like the friendly but lone wolf of the gang.
What's your favorite video game?
Assassin's Creed. Oh my God, that's such an educating game, I would say. Lots of history in it. I like history.
Where would you go if you had the chance to go for a time travel?
There are too many places I would love to travel, but if I'd pick a particular one, I'd go way back, like when the dinosaurs probably existed, although it's kind of scary. But no one has. I mean, there is a bit of clue of what happened at the time, but there's no actual history record of what happened there and how people lived, how they looked like, how did they spoke. So I'm curious to see that unknown. Not to, although I'd love to visit the Victorian era, like at the 1800s, stuff like that, or Roman Empire, Ottoman Empire. But those are the times when people were already civilized and document stuff. So you can pretty much have a clue of what's happening there. I want to go to the times when people had no clue what happened.
If you could meet your teenage self, what would you tell yourself?
I wouldn't change the thing, honestly. With all the shitty stuff I've done at the time, I would say it led me to the right place. Because I'm looking back and just trying to think of like stuff I did, like bailing on school, and I would say it was all worth it because eventually I got today to the place where I'm happy and I do what I always wanted to do, unlike people that were with me in school and they're still struggling, like 25, my age. They still struggle to find themselves and what they want to do in life. And at the time, I already knew what I want to do, and I'm doing it to this day. So they're always pretty jealous.
And what are the Israeli values that you take exemplary to the world?
Positivity, humor. I would say that we're kind of people, although there's like lots of shit storms against Israel all over the world. Israel is that, Israel is that, the Israelis are that. So the Israeli people learn to cooperate with that kind of hatred from the world. So it was like, if we'll give them chocolate, they will still hate us. They will find the stereotype that they follow, and they will hate us too. So let's laugh about it. And that's, I believe that's something Israeli. We pretty much laugh about everything. We have jokes about pretty much everything you can imagine. So I think it's very healthy to be a positive, laughing person.
So do you have a favorite Jewish joke too?
Nah, I'm bad at telling jokes, but I'll make you laugh at some point. Be sure about it.
And as a travel musician, what are the values that you have learned from other cultures that you would like to pass to the Israeli people?
I would pass the what's the word, like Europeans and people around the world, they're patient. Israelis aren't patient. We're very rushed, and sometimes it sounds like we're fighting, we're yelling, we're very loud. Sometimes on tour people thought we were fighting, but no, that's our language. We're just that loud, and we're sometimes...
Sounds like we have a temper.
We have a temper. We're like Latin and Italians, all those. We have a temper. So I would love if the Israeli guys would be a bit more patient when it comes to one another, especially on the roads.
Back to music. More and more bands from the 70s and 80s have retired or plan to retire in the near future. Also, many of the musicians have passed in the last few years. How would it affect the metal scene, in your opinion?
I remember seeing an interview with James Hetfield, Metallica, not too long ago, and he was asking what will be the next generation of arena bands like Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi, Metallica, the guys who are playing off the big shows, and if anyone will ever replace them, like if once they are done, will be the next one. And so far, I believe it won't happen because the future of music has changed. Like people buy less music. Music is more approachable to everyone. There is a benefit in that, and there is a disadvantage in that. Everyone they don't appreciate the music as you want it, because they can have it and they'll just tell me, I downloaded the album. It's like, yeah, thanks for telling me that, but I'm not making any money now. But on the other hand, I'm getting exposure. So unless you're in really a good business, when it comes to a guy that promotes you well in music, I believe today is a business. It's not about the art anymore. Very few focus on the art. So unless you have a business guy putting you on those stages, many bands will stay just like this and won't go over that. That's the future, as I see it.
Do you think that the new generations in this digitalized world appreciate music and art a little bit less than back in the day?
Yeah, I truly believe so. I'm a sandwich generation. I was both living without a computer and the phone till a very certain age, and then I had it like at the time. So I can appreciate both life without technology and life with technology and its benefits. But I would say that kids these days, like even my nephews and family and other kids I see, don't give a crap. They just don't give a crap about anything.
And how did you react when Slayer announced the farewell tour? That's a long time ago.
Honestly, I was never into Slayer, so I would probably cry if Metallica would announce a farewell tour. So yeah, Slayer was, I don't know, I just never got into them.
Okay, last few questions. Please name your 5 favorite albums of all time.
Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses, Master of Puppets, Metallica, Images and Words by Dream Theater, soundtrack of The Prince of Egypt by Hans Zimmer. It's a very perfect one. And that's a personal hit by Israeli music. Eyal Golan, he's amazing. He's one of the top singers in Israel, and his first album, which I forgot the name for now. If you're into Israeli music, at the time he was at his peak, and that's one of my favorite albums.
If you could pick the bands for an Orphaned Land tribute album, who would you like to hear to cover your songs?
I would. You know me by now. Try to guess. Like
Guns N' Roses.
Thank you. Guns N' Roses, Metallica. I would say Megadeth, but nah. Although I love Dave Mustaine, he's a great guitar player, he's a great riff machine. But I would let the big guys that I actually grew up on. I always loved Megadeth less than Metallica.
So Dave on guitar, James on vocals, maybe.
James on vocals, Dave on guitar, Slash on lead guitars, and
Lars Ulrich.
no, Lars doesn't get that position. As much as I love the guy,
Dave Lombardo.
I'd give that Steven Adler on drums, and the bass player taking Duff. Yeah, so that would be like the perfect combination, I would say.
What's the meaning of life?
Meaning of life. Live it till the end. Make the best of it. It's a gift, after all.
Any message to your fans?
If you guys are still listening by now, I just want to tell you, be good people. You don't have to like each other, you don't have to live together, just accept the fact that there are people with different opinions, and that's okay. Bye.
Thank you for the interview.
Thank you so much, man.